So I'm just going to quickly share with you some interesting dots I've connected recently. So this is about the Pegasus scenario, which the NHS in the UK did. It was called Exercise Pegasus, and it was written or prepared in on the 16th of July of this year, which is 7/7, and this ties into the emergency alert that went off on September the 7th, which would be another 7/7 because sept actually means 7, even though it's the 9th month. Sept is 7, oct is 8, and so on. So the reason why I'm making this video today is because there's some very interesting stuff going on in the world. Some people might be wondering why the alarm went off, but to me it's very clear. They're getting us ready for something, but I think that thing that people are waiting for is already happening, and Pegasus is actually a Trojan horse. Let me explain that. So Pegasus was a white-winged horse in Greek mythology. Just going to get an image up here. Most of you will probably know what Pegasus looks like, though. Okay, so Pegasus was a white-winged horse in Greek mythology who was fundamentally good. He was a symbol of virtue, poetic inspiration, and freedom. But he had a twin called Chrysaor, who is this boar you'll see on the right. I'll get to him shortly. So taming Pegasus. When I say the word Pegasus, just have in your head virtue, poetic inspiration, freedom. That's what Pegasus symbolizes, okay? So with the help of the goddess Athena, Bellerophon was able to tame Pegasus using a special golden bridle. Taming Pegasus means to control freedom, okay? So Bellerophon attempted to fly Pegasus to Mount Olympus, which is the dwelling place of the gods. Mount Olympus is symbolic of the mind, and mountain's the mind. Now, mind is where the gods dwell. So this scenario, Pegasus, is a Trojan horse to get inside our minds, basically, because this operation is starting in September, okay, and the alarm went off in September, which is to alert us of a terrorist attack or a pandemic or weather and stuff, okay? So at the moment, the Pegasus constellation is in the sky, and it's very important that we know that Pegasus had a twin, because there's always a twin, the yin and the yang, okay? So just going to share some images, you know what I'm talking about. This is Bellerophon, the one who tamed Pegasus, and I'm sharing this because he reminds me of St. George, who slayed the dragon. So Bellerophon, he slayed the Chimera, which was a cross between a goat, a lion, and a snake, all of which are symbolic of truth and wisdom, okay? The dragon is a symbol of wisdom, okay? So the dragon was slayed by St. George, and the dragon was slayed by Bellerophon, using Pegasus as a Trojan horse, okay? So, sorry, just getting used to sharing these images, but I think it's very important. So here's another image of Bellerophon. Really reminds me of St. George. It's the same thing, the same story, just recycled. Okay, here's St. George. There's always a maiden in the background as well, because the powers that be are using the maiden archetype. We saw the Virgo was started on the 22nd of August when the Ukrainian lady got stabbed in the neck, And it was only on news the same time that Charlie Kirk got shot in the neck, because the neck separates or connects the heart and the mind. They're trying to separate us. They're trying to separate us from ourselves, and they're trying to separate the left from the right, so we're divided, so we don't look at what's really going on. Okay, so that's St. George. This also reminds me of the slaying of Tiamat, and I don't actually have a picture here, but the slaying of Tiamat by Marduk. Okay, in Mesopotamian mythology, the god Marduk slays Tiamat, who is a primordial goddess of chaos in the Salt Sea, to establish order and create universe. So after trapping her with a net, the internet, and filling her head with an evil wind, which is AI, for the wind is the mind, Marduk shoots her down with an arrow. The arrow is symbolic of arrogance. Okay. Wisdom, which is the dragon, is killed by arrogance. Okay, there's a lot of arrogance at the moment with those who are flying the flag of St. George. Okay, this is the same energy or essence of Bellerophon. Okay, the one who tamed freedom using this white horse. This is the white horse, the first horse of the apocalypse, or to be revealed. The horse is a framework, and the white horse is the first horse of the apocalypse, the revelations. Okay, so they use this energy on the blood moon, or the harvest moon lunar eclipse, which was on the 7th of the 7th. There's a reason they did the alarm on this day. Okay, because they're messing with our subconscious and our magnetism to basically detach us from each other and detach us from source, detach us from our higher self, so that they can bring in their new world order. Okay, and this will be done by Elon Musk, who's trying to bring Marduk into this realm. Okay, going to Mars doesn't just mean going to the planet. It means to bring the energy of Mars here, which is a very masculine and war and empire. Okay, so on April the 8th, 2024, NASA launched three rockets called APEP into the ionosphere during a solar eclipse. APEP is a giant serpent god of chaos, darkness, and disorder in ancient Egyptian mythology, and the eternal enemy of the sun god Ra. There you have the yin and the yang. They're trying to summon the darkness and the chaos. Okay, this is being played out by Pegasus's twin, which is Chrysor, which is shown in the Minecraft movies. Okay, it's not letting me share any images of this. Okay, so I'm just going to share my screen. Minecraft or human. Okay. Right, so just going to try and share my screen. So hopefully this works. Chrome tab, here we go. Okay, I hope you guys can see this. So this character in Minecraft is basically this opposite polarity of Pegasus.
It's an escape bus.
Right, okay. I'm not sure if I'm still streaming or not, okay? But this is called Malgosha. Mal means crazy, unpleasant, or a fault, and Gosha is a plowman, an earth worker, or a farmer.